Having lived on other continents for years without power interruption, Femi Adeyemo decided to return home and power Nigeria. This Ladoke Akintola University alumnus was determined to prove that Nigeria sits right under the solution to all her power problems, and in 2013, he founded Energy, a startup that uses technology to generate electricity from the sun. So we've established that you wanted to solve Nigeria's power challenge. How did you start up? What was the source of that first capital, and how did you get your first office space?
What I did, which is, always a good way to start, is to have some savings, right? So I was able to save some money while consulting in the Middle East, and then that was used more or less as a seed capital to start Energy. Our first set of customers actually came as a result of a meeting in one of the estate that I lived there, and people were complaining of power. And I asked them, why don't you switch to solar? And everybody laughed. They said, that thing that doesn't work. I said, why would you say that? Because I look at all of them and I could tell that almost 100% of them had traveled abroad before. So you've gone abroad, you've seen solar work. Why will you tell me solar is not working? And some said maybe it's because of the weather. I said, no, don't say that. I have solar already installed in my house. Okay, so to tell you, part of that money actually went into putting solar installations in my own house, right? To use that as a showcase to tell people that this technology works, right? So from that meeting, about 50% of the attendee of that meeting followed me home to see my installation that day. And then 50% of the people that followed me home are now customers. And that's how the company started. And I can tell you they didn't jump in immediately. I think it took the first person about 5 to 6 months. Because like every other week, every fortnight, we're coming back to see, is this still working? So it took them like 5 months to then say. Exactly. And then some of them would drive by my house, we'll try to listen, is there a generator that a guy kept somewhere? And at the end of the day, they realized that no generator, and anytime they passed by the house, even when the whole estate was in darkness, there was always power.
Femi was doing it solo until recently. He received support in form of loans, training, and partnership from local and international bodies. He says the takeaway from the training was a vital lesson in giving customers their money's worth.
We've partnered with top organizations. Recently IFC, that's the private sector of the World Bank, organized a training sessions where we were part of. There are a few other companies that I and of course the rest of our technical team have attended trainings to ensure that we get better. In some of those trainings, I think what I took out, it's really on the sustainability. Because what was actually lacking is how can I run this company in Nigeria to make sure it is sustainable. So the technical parts are really not what I've not heard before. But when they then began to show us case studies of such deployment that have been done elsewhere and has been running for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, I then ask questions. What did they do differently?
Femi prides in Energy's business model. Packages have been created to ensure affordability and uninterrupted power supply.
For every system we deployed at Energy, you have free 1-year maintenance. You don't need to call us. We will come to you once every quarter to ensure that your system is still performing well. So fast forward to 2018, we have 3 models that we deployed now. And the first model is, again, the outright. We call that OS. That's outright sales. And this cut across our different system. We have a system as low as 80 watts, which is our Energy 300. So Energy 300 comes with 5 bulbs.
Okay.
And it comes with an AC adapter, so you can power your laptop or a small printer with it, and you can charge your phone. So this system, you don't even need a NEPA. It works off-grid. You don't need to be connected. And we sell through our partners. And so our partners, some of our partners sell it like they allow it in installment payments of 6 months, 30,000 naira a month for 6 months, and you own it for life. Right, so we're working with microfinance bank, commercial banks, leasing companies, partners to push that to the market now. Yeah, so our next system is the Energy 1000, which Energy 1000 system can power a 2-bedroom house, a small fridge, television, and lights. We have the Energy 2000 that's maybe a bigger refrigerator, a sound system. So our bigger system comes from, starts with Energy 3000, and that's where the 3 models start. So those 3 models is the outright sales, then the LO. So you have Energy 3000 LO. What LO means is lease to own. So you can pay installment payment for up to 3 years. Then we have the 3rd model, which is ES. Energy 3000 ES and Energy 5000 ES. So the ES means energy subscription or energy service. You just pay us on a monthly basis. You don't need to bother about battery gets damaged over any number of months or years. It's on us. So you just pay us for the service, and we're in charge of maintenance and all that.
So let's say I'm interested in having 24-hour uninterrupted power supply. Just how do I go about it?
If you want to be an energy customer and enjoy uninterrupted 24 hours power with access to our 24 hours contact center, with access to 1 year free maintenance, and then preventive maintenance thereafter, and a sustainable system, you can log on to our website, which is www.anergy.com, and Anergy is spelled ARNERGY.com. And then you can request for each of the packages. Either you want to buy outrightly, you want to lease to own over a period of time, or the 3rd model, which is just pay for power monthly, which is the energy subscription.
Anergy is experiencing a steady growth. The company installed about 6 solar panels in 2014 with only 3 solar installers, but it now installs about 600 solar panels yearly with 30 installers in its employ. From making 0 naira, Femi nurtured the startup to recording a yearly revenue of $1 million.
First year, I think towards the end of first year, we were 3 in the team at the end of 2014. Then 2015, I think we grew in 2015 to about 20. So 2016, about 30, and then to where we are now in 2018, with about 50 staff there about now. And of course now we now have small offices in Abuja and Kaduna. And we're still growing because we're trying to unlock some capital that will then enable us to be able to do more. But conservatively now, I think we're doing average of about 50 systems a month, and we hope that could grow to thousands.
What's the big dream for Anergy?
The vision is to provide affordable and reliable electricity for Nigerian businesses and homes, SMEs, agriculture, agri-businesses, and the focus is to then give them, which is the vision, affordable, reliable, uninterrupted, clean electricity.
You've been doing this for 4 years now, and it's safe to say you've definitely learned a lot. So what would you say you know now about running a solar company that you wish you knew before?
Team. T-E-A-M. A full-blown team with complementing skills, and such skills could be sales and not could be, I take that back. Such skill must be sales and marketing. Sales, and I emphasize sales again because the conversion, money in the bank. Because as a startup, if you cannot make money, it's zero. Another thing is depending on the business. If it's a business that is asset heavy, and what that means is if you need to raise a lot of money, you should get someone in the team that has raised money before, not I can raise money. Those two are different.
What are your top tips for aspiring entrepreneurs?
They should think more of partnership, even if they don't partner with Carnage. Because that will be a low-hanging fruit for them. They don't need to learn. If Carnage is starting today, Carnage will not build his own products. We will partner, because that's a smart way to do it in 2018. They need to do what they love. That passion is very key, because the road is not going to be smooth. So when the chips are down, right, it is the love for that business or the sector that will keep them going. And they need to have good people around them, people they can bounce ideas off. They need to be a people's person. That is critical, because that might be required to actually kickstart the business to get those first set of customers. And I can tell that as soon as that happens, you have first set of paying customers, especially moving from the family and friends, and then you have a stranger pays you money, then that's the eureka moment. The eureka moment is not really when you think of the idea and you start. It is when you then have that first customer that pay.
Okay, so partner, passion, and be a people person. Interesting. Femi has indeed paid his dues in starting up Energy. His vision is to make an impactful change in Nigeria's healthcare and educational sectors, and to give small businesses the power support they need to survive.